the 2025 season. Alright, let's see what comes next. Oh, of course. It's the NBA!
No ID hard disk detected.
What? What? Alright, so okay, I do not like the direction that the NBA is going in. I don't think many people like the direction that the NBA is going in. I wish I wish that the NBA could have stayed away. Turn it off.
No ID hard disk detected.
As I was saying, I hope that the NBA, like, I wish that the NBA could, like, not introduce the new rules that started, being introduced in, like, the 2000s and later. But alas, the NBA today is very different than the NBA of, like, 20 years ago. Alright, so let's start talking about the teams. Alright, so first off, we got the Boston Celtics, obviously. I'm very worried about them. Oh, I'm not very worried, but it is concerning how they're playing this past month. I am very glad for the championship. It's the first ever championship that I got to witness as a sports fan. Very first Boston championship I got to witness as a sports fan. And so yeah, I'm very grateful for it. What do I think about the championship team? Yeah, so obviously we got the Patriots dynasty, the Bruins won a cup, the Red Sox have won four World Series. 3 of them since I've been born. And of course the Celtics won in 2008, but like I was too busy caring about other stuff. You can see that in my earlier, if you scroll down on my videos, you will see what I used to be interested in, but it was definitely not sports. So yeah, I'm grateful for the 2024 championship. And so 2024 championship. I like Jason Tatum. I do think he is a very good NBA player. I like Jaylen Brown. I like Derek White. I like Drew Holiday. I like basically the entire core. Al Horford. All of them. I heard that Drew Holiday has a wife who plays soccer and stuff. I do not believe that, obviously. I think the only reason I heard about it was from ESPN, and obviously you do not trust ESPN, so yeah. Patriots. Yeah, I do like Drake May. I'm excited for his future and how he will develop in New England. Whoa. I like how he got into New England. How he... Yeah, and I don't really know who else is on there. I mean, we got Jalen Polk and Kristen Gonzalez. I don't really know much about them. All I know is that they're pretty. Is that Polk was not very good. It was a little bit of a disappointment. Gonzalez was probably their best defense player. I like the whole team, except for the ones who who caused drama in the Patriots, and did crazy stuff off the field, you know. So let's talk about the NBA teams. So aside from the Celtics, being in the slump, I think it's just because it's, I don't know what's going on, but like, I think they can get out of it, or at the very least, they can get out of it in time for the playoffs. The Nets. I don't know how to feel about the Nets. I think they got a new logo and I do like it. They're cool. They're cool. And it's interesting how they had to trade their players. Dennis Schroeder, as a former Raptor, someone who I pay quite a bunch of love attention to. I think he's now with the Warriors. I don't know who the Nets have left, but I guess I'm glad they're taking. I do know that Nets did do the Celtics dirty. So yeah, that's not cool. I don't like the Knicks because of the owner, and the Knicks are like, but I can't believe Carl Anthony Towns would go over there. They do have Madison Square Garden itself is a pretty nice place. It's just the vibes there are not nice. I can't believe how many players decide to go play for New York. I do believe we can beat them in the playoffs. I don't know how to feel about the 76ers. They yeah. I kind of feel bad about how their season have gone so far though. I like the Raptors. I'm glad they're tanking, even if it is painful. And I really like the Raptors, especially Scotiabank Arena. I usually do not like the Bulls because they okay, so the Bulls are related to Tauruses, and I don't really like Tauruses. So yeah, I don't know how to feel about the Bulls, especially now that the fact that they got some pretty cool players on it. They got a nice revamp, and now they're on CHSN. I don't know how to feel about CHSN itself either. Cleveland Cavaliers. I don't know how to feel about them, except that I fear them. I want the Celtics to take them down. Detroit Pistons. I really like the Pistons. Oh, that reminds me. Let's check the standings. TNT, True TV, Max. See, Detroit's leading Houston. That's insane. Oh, wait, standings. Wow. Okay. So let's talk about the Bucks. I can't believe they're in 4th place, but then again, who would be? All things NBA. One tap away.
Hay anh nhâm cái này à.
Actually, I might install the NBA app now that I have space for it. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about the Bucks. I like their duo. I like their core, though. I don't like Indiana. But I guess I hope that Tyrese Halliburton, I don't know. That guy that star gets out of the slump if he hasn't already. Atlanta Hawks, I like the Hawks. I like Trae Young and Cole. I don't like the Magic, so I'm glad they're stuck in the play-in right now. And I don't like the Heat, so I'm glad they're also stuck in the play-in. I hope that Jimmy Butler picks a good place to be traded to. Otherwise, I don't know how to feel about. They have a good core. I like their core, and I guess I also like the Magic's core, even though I'm not so sure about them. I don't understand. Never mind. I'm not even gonna ask. I think Orlando is such a terrible place. This is awful. Detroit, as I said, I like what the Pistons are doing, and I like their core. And then the Bulls, of course, I don't know how to feel about the Bulls. I'm glad they're nearly out of the playoffs, out of the play-ins, postseason contention. As I said, I feel bad for the 76ers, the Nets, blah blah blah. I don't know how to feel about the Hornets. I personally, in real life, I don't like Hornets. They scare me. But the Hornets have really cool alternate uniforms, and so do the Celtics. I think the Raptors have okay uniforms. I like LaMelo Ball and all those players and the Hornets, and then and I like the Raptors core. And I like the 76ers core. I mean, I like all these cores, obviously. And then the Wizards, I don't like the Wizards, so I'm glad they're at the bottom. But it's insane how they currently only have 6 wins, while the second worst team, the Raptors, have 10 wins. It's insane how these two have a combined record of 16 wins, which is still less than the worst team in the NHL. It legitimately, I'm just shocked. Anyway, yeah, I feel bad for the Wizards, though. I heard they've had such a terrible 5 in Capital One Arena for years. It doesn't seem like it's ever gonna get any better. They do have some good players though, and I'm glad for that. Yeah, Western Conference. OKC. I hate OKC. I legitimately hate OKC. They're the Thunder is one of my least favorite teams in all of sports. So it's very unfortunate that they just randomly became the top team in the West, and they're still the top team in the West. In the regular season, at least. I don't know how to feel about the Rockets, but I guess I like their core. The Grizzlies are a very likable team, except for their core. I don't know how to feel about it. I mean, they do have Marcus Smart, who was a former Celtic, a beloved Celtic. So yeah. I forgot who their other stars are. Nuggets. I like the Nuggets. They scare me though because they're very top heavy, and so does Suns. But I don't like the Suns. But I do like the Nuggets, and I'm happy for the championship. Look at the streaks. Look at. Oh! Somebody beat both the Cavs and the Thunder recently. Poor Wizards. Elton. This for the most part looks okay to me. I don't like the Clippers. And I don't like the Lakers for very different reasons. I do like... I don't know how... I can't believe that the Lakers were the ones that drafted Bronny James. They literally drafted Bronny James in the second round. That's hilarious to me. I like the Mavericks. I hope that they get into, you know, the playoffs directly and not into the play-ins. And so the Timberwolves. Except the T-Wolves haven't been playing well this season. But they're tied with the record with the Kings. Who yeah, I like the Kings and the Wolves. And I do not like the Suns, so I'm glad that they're almost out of the play-ins. I like personally I like the Warriors because they used to have such a good vibe. Now they don't anymore, but like, and I hear Chase Center is not a nice place to visit, but like, and also, I feel like the Warriors, Steph Curry is just like, is likable and stuff. And they have a decently good core, except for Draymond Green. Anyway, San Antonio. I don't know how to feel about San Antonio. I do like Victor Wemby. Portland Trail Blazers. I feel bad for the scary rebuild, but I do like the Trailblazers. Pelicans. I like the Pelicans. I'm so sad about their lost season, just like even more so than the 76ers. I do not like the Jazz, so I'm glad that they're just stuck in last place right now. But at least they have a better record than the Raptors and the Wizards. Wait, the Jazz have a better record than the Raptors? Oh my goodness. I don't like the Jazz. So yeah, that's basically the NBA. Yeah. I hope that the Celtics stop their scary slide. I mean, they still have a .690 record, so that's great. But the Knicks are only 3 games behind the Celtics. Anyway. Alright, we got 4 things left to talk about. Hopefully we land on something interesting. Oh, guess what? Awesome! By hyperfixation. And guess what? I have this beautiful picture. I have this beautiful picture. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Look at this beauty of a picture that I have created. Alright, so. Let's just start at the bottom. I don't like KG. Okay, so let's start with the ones that are not listed here, which are the minor league, the minor ones, you know, like BZSN. We got BZSN. I don't even know. That is such a awful looking picture. That's so pixelated. Go. What do you want? I don't know. And then what was the last one? There's 4 of them. Sun. Service PNG. PNG. R's and logos. Let's just look there. Oh, let's just go default. Alright. So yeah, we got pictures for Okay, so I'm sure that there are many more. I just don't know about them. But so I don't know what any of these are doing in 2024 or 2025, but I believe they still exist. Alright, so I don't like BCS only because of the random exclusivity. I don't know how they get away with doing that, but they do. I think they have good content. This one, I legitimately don't know what the heck they're doing. Like, at all. I know for a fact that they're scattered around and over their stations in like Eastern Washington, Montana, Idaho, etc. So yeah. Mid-Cool Sports, I heard that. Okay, so I've seen what they've done in 2023. Looks pretty darn good. BCSN 2. Obviously. So yeah, I respect them quite a lot. And I heard Midco is just a good company in general. Sen, I'm not okay. I've seen a little bit of them too. They're cool. And I like their purple team. Yeah, I like the fact that they even have minor league baseball and AHL games. That's pretty cool. I don't like the fact that they are associated with Philadelphia though, but like, what can we do? They're cool. Oh, and a random tidbit, their website is designed by Lehigh Valley-based website designer. That is very crazy for me to hear. And yes, they mostly cover Lehigh Valley place. So yeah. Now on to the big time RSNs. There's a lot of them. Let's start with KZZZ. They carried. Alright, so Midco is based in like Minnesota and the Dakotas and stuff like that. And BCSN is based in Ohio. They cover like 1/4 of the Ohio. Like, you pick a corner of Ohio, that's probably where they cover. You know, that like quadrant. So I don't like KZCC. They surprisingly carry the Utah Jazz, and so yeah, I don't like but I don't like the Utah Jazz, and I don't like Sinclair, so I don't really like KJCC. The only good thing they have going for it. Oh, and I don't even like Smith Entertainment Group either. I don't know what they're doing, but they're like Smith Entertainment Group mean. I don't know what their business is, what their thing is on. But yeah, the only thing that they got going for them is the fact that they are over the air. FanDuel Sports Network. Oh my goodness. I believe they're still just such a joke. They're not likable, they're pretty bad joke. But they do exist and they're still major, so yeah. At least they're trying a little to like make things better. But like, as CHSN president said, they're stuck in the cage. TSN. Okay, so Sportsman and TSN, I don't know how to feel about both. They're both okay, so maybe it's just because I'm American and not Canadian, but they both don't really make sense to me. I mean, both of them have great content. They both have great content. They do things really well. But like, I mean, I don't know don't get why they just don't want to talk to people, but they just don't. TSN at least tried a little harder, but like eventually, I think it's because I'm American, so like they couldn't really understand me. So yeah, I don't really know how to feel about TSN or Sportsnet. ABC is just awful. I don't like ESPN. I don't like ABC. I don't like anything associated with Disney, and I can't believe the Mavs are on ABC. Altitude Sports, I don't really know how to feel about them because they do some bad stuff, but they also do some really good stuff. It's like they have a decent direct-to-consumer product. Some of their games this season are now, both Nuggets and Avalanche are now on over the air, so it's really nice. Sportsnet New York, and why I don't like Altitude, it's because apparently, the announcers are biased, and also I've heard they've done some really crazy stuff. So Sportsnet New York, I like them. They have amazing production quality. It's like you have to see it. You have to watch it for yourself. If you have MLB.TV, you have to watch it. I don't care how much you hate the Mets. It's just like, it's just good, really good. As for how you can watch SMY and stuff, it kind of seems kind of shady to me. But at the very least, their production crew cares a lot. I don't know if their business crew cares, but their production crew cares. CVS. Oh, and SMY only carries the Mets. So CVS carries the brand new Oakland Hockey Club. I believe in the Oakland Hockey Club #1, then the New Orleans Hockey Club #2, then the Houston Hockey Club #3. And I believe that the Oakland Hockey Club is broadcasted on CBS Bay Area, so that means it's over the air. Okay, so based on what I see, sometimes I see the SCG Media logo when I watch the Oakland Hockey Club. Sometimes I don't. It's interesting. I don't like the fact that they just literally use the NHL Network scoreboard. I think they're like announcers, like the play-by-play and color analyst is cool. I like them. Yeah. So I'm gonna talk about the Oakland Hockey Club later. MSC Networks. Okay, so MSC Networks and Yes Network are connected by Gotham Sports. I am not really good on good terms on Gotham Sports, but I think I am on good terms with MSC Networks. I can't really tell you why I'm involved with her, but I am. So I don't really, okay, so by default I should not like MSC Networks, but she's just like pretty, and she is so New York, and MSC, like I don't know how to feel about the scoreboard redesign, the graphics package redesign. Well, I like the graphics except for the scoreboard. I like the shot clock in the NBA games, but I don't know how to feel about it. It does work very well though, at the very least. Sportsnet Pittsburgh and NESN are basically the same. I like both. I like the announcers. I love the new Bruins announcer, Judd Syward. He's great. He's never going to match up to Jack Edwards, but he's great, and I'm so thankful that I get to hear him call for the Bruins. I really like what NESN and Sportsnet Pittsburgh are doing in general. You know, with NESN 360, SMP 360, how they're moving forward I like it. Squid Sports, I don't really know how to feel about them. I mean, they carry the Panthers, the Knights, the apparently they carry the Utah Hockey Club. The Utah Hockey Club or the Oakland Hockey Club, blah 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 blah. I don't know. I mean, I do respect the fact that the Utah Hockey Club is the most popular rumor. I just don't believe in it at all. Like, the most annoying place in the whole league is Columbus. Freaking Columbus. And Florida. Of course. And Florida. Not even Miami. It's just like, well, I mean, Miami and South Florida in general is not a very good place. So, yeah, the NHL legitimately only... The NHL legitimately only has two annoying places. Columbus and Columbus and Florida.
No ID hard disk detected.
So yeah, I don't know how to feel about Squid Sports. They have a nice graphics package. They do things well. MLB is just solid. They're good. They're pretty good. You know, with the D-backs, the Rockies, the Padres, blah 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 blah, etc. Now they got the Twins and the Guardians, and like I heard they were supposed to get the Reds and the Brewers and the Royals too. But I heard that probably didn't happen. Yes Network. I don't like the Yes Network, even though they're my friend. They're biased. Their graphics package is good, but not great. But I mean, they do serve New York, so their biasness makes sense. NBC. NBC, the over-the-air stations is great. They're like, I like CBS and then I like NBC, so they're like second. This, I don't see why NBC has a group of regional sports networks, traditional regional sports networks. I'm glad that, you know, Washington, Chicago bailed out on them. I hope that Boston will soon follow suit. I think NBC is just... So yeah, I think NBC is just complacent. I mean, especially because they're on YouTube TV and Hulu and stuff. So yeah, I mean, they have great production values. You know, their broadcast crew, their production crew, it's great, but they're just I just don't like where NBC is going. Masson. So I had recently, so it's almost been a month ago, but I had broken up with Masson, and I hope I don't know if they're going in a good direction or if they're just staying put, or if she's staying put. But like, whatever happens, I really do not want to hear about them again. To hear about her again. She legitimately. Okay, so with FanDuel Network, aka Main Street Sports Group, so with the fact that Main Street Sports Group is now their name, I have no interest in dating them anymore. At all. But they really did care for me and stuff. It's just, we just couldn't get along anymore. We started fighting. But Madison really did break my heart. I think I might have maybe broken her heart first. Maybe. She legitimately completely screwed me over. And it's just, I don't feel, I don't feel hatred for her. I just feel like there was lost potential. And I feel like I just wish that I feel like if things went the right way, me and Madison could have legitimately had a really good relationship. But that's not what happened. Madison legitimately lied. Okay. From the moment that me and Madison like got together, it's like Madison was Madison lied to me. And Madison, I don't know if Madison knew if she could not bring me what I wanted, but I thought that she could bring me what I wanted from out of her. And when she could not, and she just had no idea what to do, I don't think there was any way for her to give me what I wanted from her. And so it's really upsetting because I believe she's an amazing person. It's just the relationship just didn't go the way that I thought it would. And pretend this block is what. Okay, so like, it's just. Alright. So here's me, and here's Madison. I was thinking about I wanted this box, but she did not have this box. The box doesn't exist. But we loved each other. We loved each other. It's just she did not have this box that I need in order to have a good in order to have a complete relationship. And I don't think she can make the box. And she's amazing. I really do like Madison. I really do love Madison. Madison legitimately makes me really happy. It's just she doesn't have this box I need. And so that's why I had to get rid of her. Alright, CHSN. I don't know how to feel about CHSN. It seems like they have good intentions, but I can't tell if it's actually good intentions or if they're supposed to be evil. CHSN is doing good things with the Chicago lead, with the amazing 4K picture quality, over the air, and making all kinds of ways for people to watch it, except it's not available on Comcast or YouTube TV or Hulu. I don't know, but I think CHSN is doing some really good stuff, but it just so happens that they're It just so happens that fans are just still pissed off anyway because of the bad things that they're doing. Oh, and by the way, there's a secret alliance between the NHL, CHSN, Monumental, Altitude Sports, Panthers Plus, and Nighttime Plus. There's a 6-member alliance. I've talked about it more in the article, and I hope that soon I will be able to uncover the truth about this alliance. So Monumental is really, they're like CHSN, except a little less, except a little more premium. Like you gotta pay for some more premium stuff. You know, they don't have over the air stuff, but they're like, but fans really like Monumental, so I guess I respect them. Aside from the fact that they're in this secret alliance, Spectrum Sportsnet. I like them. They have a nice vibe. They have a very interesting, nice vibe that I enjoy hearing about and, watching Spectrum. The fact that I don't know why Spectrum Sportsnet Plus and regular Spectrum Sportsnet are separate. Like, they have a service on MLB.TV, they have a service with the NBA, and then they have their own website and app. It's just very interesting to me. But I think they legitimately had to do it. I'm just glad that they have this. And I don't know if their programming is actually good, but I heard that for years they were really good. So yeah. Arizona's Family. I don't like Arizona's Family because they legitimately pretended to like me, and then they started bullying me. So yeah, I don't like Arizona's Family. Although I'm glad that they are doing over the air, and I think they probably have really good coverage of the Phoenix Suns. Gulf Coast Sports and Entertainment Network. I don't know how to feel about it. I mean, just like KZCC and ABC, they legitimately, for the Pelicans, they just use just the regular standard NBA TV scoreboard. No, not even NBA TV. They just use some random NBA scoreboard that they found from the depths of the NBA storage warehouses. I think they have solid coverage of the Pelicans, especially with, I think it's just called Pelicans Plus. Rip City TV Network. They have the potential to be really good, especially if it's just a continuation of what the Blazers were doing in Root Sports. But no, they partnered with Sinclair Broadcast Group, and now I can't trust Rip City TV Network. Space City Home Network. There's this legitimately continuation of what was AT&T Sportsnet, and I think they're okay. They definitely have a lot to be desired, especially with direct-to-consumer stuff, and upping the quality and how much they care about the Astros and the Rockets. But they're solid, and I like their graphics package. And same thing, well, Root Sports is basically like Space City Home Network, except they only have one team, which is the Mariners, and I think they're legitimately, they've just gone insane. So yeah, I don't like Root Sports. At least Root Sports and Space City Home Network has good graphics. KHN, I really like Kraken Hockey Network. Except and I like the fact that they're on Prime Video. There's a lot to like about this, from the productions to announcers to how they're available and etc. The one gripe I have is the fact that Kong is annoying. Okay, so Victory Plus is probably my favorite right now. My favorite regional sports network right now. This is really fun. And they seem really nice, and I really enjoy watching highlights and stuff on Victory Plus. Also, they have Dude Perfect because. Okay, I was confused at first, but the ticket is basically the radio home of the Dallas Stars, and Dude Perfect, they have Dude Perfect because the parent company is heavily affiliated with them. So yeah, I like Victory Plus, and I'm excited for the Texas Rangers coverage. The one thing I'm scared of is that the Texas Rangers are known to not host Pride Night, despite the fact that all 29 other MLB teams do hold Pride Nights. So I hope that with the fact that they're now our banned, with the fact that they're our FanDuel Sports Network Southwest and they're on Victory Plus, that they start hosting their first ever Pride Night. That's all I'm hoping. I'm just excited. I hope that they bring in more features like 4K broadcasts and stuff. And finally, Marquee Sports Network. I already told you that I do not like Marquee Sports Network. And just like KJCC, they're affiliated with Sinclair, except for the fact that they literally only host Cubs games, Sky games, and nothing else. And they're paid, unlike KJCC. At the very least, they have a direct to consumer offering, which is nicely which is cheap. Alright, so yeah, that's what I think about. I really hope that Nessun, yes, MSG start doing, going towards like what Victory Plus, CHSN, KJCC, CBS are doing with CTV Network. Start doing, at the very least, free OTA and then a paid direct to consumer and stuff like that. Alright, the final thing I'm going to be talking about for now is fantasy. So, all my fantasy right now is on ESPN. Next year I will be moving somewhere else. Trust me. So, normal LCs. So this is what my normal LCs rosters. I named it normal LCs because I do not like Jason or Travis Kelce. They both really piss me off, so I just named it normal LCs. I narrowly missed the playoffs. I was in 5th place. I managed to stay in 5th place. And this is in the beginner league, since I'm not very good at fantasy yet. So these are my players. I really like my roster. My fantasy, some of the top players were Jalen Hurts, Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry is such a good player. He's just really good at running back. And I read his story on ESPN, and he's just a really likable player. Jerry, Judy, T. Higgins. We got the who was Cincinnati's quarterback? Whoever they were, he and T. Higgins was a really good matchup, and I'm glad I have T. Higgins. Drake London was good. I ended with the Buccaneers defense and special teams, and I'm happy with it. I started with the Saints D/ST, and that ended up not being good, so I switched to like Patriots, and then Jaguars, and then Dolphins, and then Buccaneers. This guy actually did something in 1 week. CD Lamb was also really one of the best players for me. Yeah. Brandon Johnson did something 1 week. This guy did something. Keon Coleman did something 1 week. So yeah. I like my team, and I hope that I will be able to get into the playoffs next year. Then we got Minto's magnificent team. It gets banged up a lot. I don't know. This team just gets banged up a lot, and it makes me sad. I don't know how to play rotisserie, so I'm just doing my best. Oh, okay, so... Oh. So... So, it's... TLT points, I don't know what that is. So... field goal percentage is not as good. I could do better in rebounds. I could do better with blocks. I could do better with points. I chose rotisserie for the NBA since they have simple stats, in my opinion. So this is my current roster. Uh-oh. Oh no. I don't even know what this is. I have no idea how to play this, I'm sorry. So I have 7 remaining with point guards. That has been my most played position, so it's understandable. Shooting guard, small forward, point forward. This is scaring me. So my stars are Trae Young, Donovan Mitchell, this guy for Chicago, De'Aaron Fox, Jalen Williams, I guess, and Brandon England, and then also, Anthony Simons, and maybe Stephen Castle. I don't know. I don't follow the NBA very closely, but I think I have a solid. I think I have a decently solid lineup. It's just. It likes to get, injured a lot. Alright, let's check out my little brackets. Alright, so this is, alright, so the first one is CNEBSN 2009. So it's a mashup of CVS and Nesson. And I put in 2009 at the end, just to make it, So, okay, so it's actually like, so I surprisingly have a good, what was it called? What was it called? This is what I genuinely thought would happen, and it's going well so far. Okay, so I picked. So the only thing that I picked wrong was Lions over Commanders. The Lions unfortunately did not beat the Commanders because of injuries and the fact that they turned the ball over a bunch of times. So I picked that the Lions would win. So yeah, that was not a good thing. But I got Rams over Vikings fight, Commanders over Buccaneers fight, Eagles over Packers fight on this side, and Eagles over Rams fight. Then I got Bills over Broncos fight, Bills over Ravens fight, Texans over Chargers fight, Ravens over Steelers fight, Chiefs over Texans fight, and then so I picked KC over Buffalo. That's what I think will happen, but I hope it doesn't. So I picked Detroit over Philadelphia. So I hope it becomes Commanders over Philadelphia so that I can keep this bracket. Okay. Okay. And now my other one. I will buy a subscription because the league I put in was CHSN. I have not been able to buy a CHSN subscription yet, but I will soon. So this is basically what I hope will happen. And this side was okay. I hoped that Texans would beat the Chargers, and I was correct. I hoped that the Bills would beat the Broncos, and I was correct. I hoped that the Steelers would have been the Ravens, but that did not happen. So I would have hoped that I don't know why I picked that the Chiefs would beat the Steelers, but I did. I wanted Buffalo to win over the Texans, but that did not happen. They beat the Ravens instead, so that's okay. So I have picked the Bills over the Chiefs, and on the other bracket, I picked the Chiefs over the Bills. So no matter what, one of my brackets will get it right. Over here, the only thing that I got right so far was the Eagles over the Packers. That's what I hoped happened, and then the Commanders surprisingly beat the Buccaneers, and the Rams kind of unsurprisingly beat the Vikings. I hoped that the Vikings and the Buccaneers would have won. I hoped that the Lions would beat the Vikings, but that did not happen. The Commanders beat the Lions instead. Tampa Bay over Philadelphia. I don't know why I was voting, but well, I guess I'm okay with Philadelphia winning. So this thing is already screwed up. It's supposed to be Lions over Tampa Bay, but there's no Tampa Bay and there's no Lions or Buccaneers. So on this one, I picked the Bills to win it all. On the other one, I picked the Lions, but obviously is no longer in it. In the playoffs to win it. And then here's my fantasy hockey. Every single location. I am first of 7 in the Carson Conference. No. Okay, so I'm the single best team in the whole entire league. Because I'm best in the Carson Conference, and I have one more win over Hockey Club in the Marcus Conference. I am very grateful for the players. I literally just mostly drafted most of my favorite players. Like I drafted Macelli, I drafted Miller, Hiskia, Suzuki. I don't know how to feel about Suzuki anymore, but I drafted him. And I just picked some good players. I screwed up the draft though. I'm not gonna tell you why, but I screwed it up. And I I hate thinking about it. I legitimately hate thinking about it so much. The only one that I can't drop is McKinnon, obviously, because he's like the best player in the. He's like one of the best fantasy players. No, I don't want to drop anyone. Please stop. So other players so Macelli is of course a bust, but other ones are pretty darn good. Miller might not, probably should not be on a fantasy team. I think all three of these are good fantasy goalies. Although there might be better ones. I like them all. I don't know how to feel about Lafreniere, but I don't know how to feel about McNabb, and I think I have a good roster. You know, Gensel is good, Barkov is good, Rossi is okay, Eklund is good. Lee is good enough. Bertuzzi probably is good enough. Montour is. I heard that I should not have any Seattle players on my roster, but indeed I have Montour. And I guess he's okay. Clark, I think I should drop Clark soon. Sandin is. I guess he's okay. McNabb is probably okay. Wallman, I heard is pretty good. Hiskey, of course, is good. Suzuki is good. Nelson, I don't know if Nelson is good right now, but he was pretty good at one point. Lindholm, I can't wait to get him back. He's probably gonna do good. So yeah. And I'll come back in a little bit. Thank you so much for listening to this first part. I'm gonna come back soon. Bye.